You hear me talk quite frequently about routine diabetic foot care and how diabetics need to take care of their feet at home. So today in this video, right at the beginning, you'll hear us talking about that, and diabetic care is so important, and for diabetics to be careful with their feet is very important. So today's video, we do talk about that. She's got some great nails and a very nice lady, so I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so you said that you've been diabetic for about 15 years?
Yes.
Okay, and we saw with the testing that we did that your vibration sense was a little bit decreased. And the reason we measure that, as well as the light touch testing that we do, is those are the first two sensations to go when somebody has diabetic neuropathy. And different kinds of sensations travel to the brain on different types of nerve fibers. And the ones that are damaged first in a diabetic are the ones that carry the vibration. So that's why we measured it. Now yours was a little bit decreased, which doesn't mean that you have neuropathy, but it means that you maybe want to start managing your feet like somebody who does have neuropathy. So things like making sure that you visually look at your feet every single night. And if there's anything that looks like it could possibly be an ingrown toenail or an infection, that you get on the horn and you call me. And don't let it go, because when you hear about diabetics who lose a leg, oftentimes how it starts is with a little infection that they don't feel because the sensation in their feet isn't great. And they're not checking every night, and so they don't know that there's an infection till now the whole foot is involved. So number one, checking your feet visually every night, and number two is not walking around stocking foot or barefoot anymore, because again, if you step on something you might not feel it. So those would be the two things that I would recommend you get started with now, just getting in those habits.
Wearing shoes at all times?
Not shoes necessarily, even if it's just a slipper, but something with a solid bottom.
More than my compression socks? Or?
Yeah, more than your compression socks,
Okay.
because if, you know, the grandkids are over and you step on a Lego, because who among us hasn't, you may not feel it until suddenly you see that there's blood dripping on your beautiful carpet. So some kind of slipper or sandal.
Those slippers that are in the waiting room, is that something that you would recommend?
No, the ones that you're seeing
Those
in
are
the waiting
socks,
room,
I'm sure they
yeah,
were
those are
socks.
like little hospital socks
Yeah,
that,
that's what I meant, socks.
yeah, that go with the foot warmers that we sell.
Yeah.
But no, those don't have a hard plastic bottom on
That's
them.
probably just like wearing a compression sock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, a sandal or a shoe that you can just slip right in and out of. It's a good thing to have for protection, and just, you know, keep it next to the bed.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I'm going to smooth these down while we got the camera on that side. And I'll open the other side. All right, so this is a trophy nail.
What's that junk underneath it?
It's just debris.
Is
It's
that it? Okay.
dead skin and dead nail.
Okay.
You know, you probably have a bit of a fungal infection.
Well, that's what I thought it was. See,
Yeah.
that's where it's lifting up. I could just see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about whether it's something you want to treat or not. But
Okay.
I think, again, let's just start by keeping these trimmed back and thinned out for you. And we'll see how comfortable we're able to keep you.
Okay. Ugh.
Do you feel like you need to go? No.
Is this very common as you get older to have that type of thickness, or is that unusual?
This is a little thicker than I would normally
Okay.
see, but you know, it is one of those changes that can happen. The shape of our nail, the thickness of our nail, that does all change with age. But I think if we sent a sample of this in, it probably would show that there's a fungal infection. But you know, the only reason to spend the money to test it is if you think you're going to treat it, and I would just hold off on that for right now.
Okay.
And we can talk about it down the road.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah. So the fungus that's in that affects toenails, it stays only in the skin and skin structures, which is what we consider a toenail.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go internal, it doesn't make you sick. So we'll wait first, we'll just try doing some routine care, and we'll revisit that in a couple of months when you come back
Okay.
and decide if it's something you wanted to discuss further.
Disgusting.
Hmm?
It's disgusting. I mean, it just looks bad.
Well, it'll look better after I smooth it all
Oh,
out.
totally. No.
And then if you do get pedicures, you can just have them paint over, you know, even where the skin is here. Take it down a little bit more and then we'll smooth it out. And
Okay.
then you'll be ready for sandals and nail polish.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
I just haven't been wearing sandals because of my crossover toe. And my big toe.
Yeah, and then I will show you that splint for your
Great.
crossover toe.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get that one all thinned out with the sander.
Some of different shapes.
Again, nails changing shape, also very common, just changes,
Yeah.
I say, as we move forward in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then just stop me if you feel, Cassie, like you need to go turn over a room or.
did some of my big toe, did the nail come off, some of it?
Oh, a lot of it did.
Okay, I can't tell.
Yeah, oh,
I didn't know.
can't say that part. Yeah, most of it did, and what's left, a lot of this is just thick skin.
Will that nail grow back?
Yes, it will, and it will grow back exactly the same.
Oh, will?
It will. So
that's nice.
the other reason. Well, that's the other reason. Now let's get you on a regular kind of schedule to come in and have them trimmed down.
Works for me.
Okay.
Anything you recommend, I'll do.
Yeah, and I think that we should be able to keep you comfortable so that
I don't know what I hit on that. I bumped it against something.
we should be able to keep you comfortable so that we don't have to talk about trimming or removing the whole nail here or doing anything. If you didn't want to treat the fungus, that would be fine. So I'm going to have you just wait 1 second, and I'm going to go get that little splint
Thank you.
for that left foot. I will be right back.
I'm using CeraVe
Wonderful.
daily moisturizing lotion, whatever, my leg, imagine.
Yeah, and that's great.
That's okay. This I just had, it just gets worse,
Lot of
it gets
bruise.
badder, so I think it's for my lymphedema and my diabetes.
I'm
my
sure.
dermatologist is not concerned.
Yeah, and I'm not either. I'll be
Oh,
right
good.
back. All right, so with this foot, you've got this toe that's sitting over the other toe. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you start with this. It's just a little splint. Now it has to go all the way down past that first knuckle, and then you just kind of snug it down. Doesn't have to be tight, but you see how that will keep it in place?
Mm-hmm.
Just for comfort. I think that, you see how it goes.
So when do I wear that?
Whenever you're wearing a shoe.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
whenever I'm wearing a shoe.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not gonna change it. When you take it off,
No,
it's gonna
really.
go right back where it was, but this will help hold it
Oh,
down.
no, terrific.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for letting us do the video.
You're very welcome.
Somebody had said they wanted to see the floor after we were done, and I don't know if everybody realizes that podiatry chairs have a tray in them so that it doesn't all end up on the floor, and that's what was left after this patient. But you can see we also have stuff on the floor, so every time we trim toenails, we thoroughly vacuum after each patient, but that's what it looks like.